Hello everyone, I am Engineer Karam and I am just here to explain everything to you about the science of mechanics. We will just start here with the statics and we will give at first the definition of mechanics. The mechanics right here is a branch of physical sciences concerned with the state of rest or motion of bodies. Anything related to the bodies at rest or at motion that concerned with mechanics. The mechanics is the first of everything. Every body that has concerned with the mechanics that related to rest or motion. Okay, the subject is divided into three branches: rigid, deformable, and fluid. In this box we will start with rigid body mechanics, and since it's a basic requirement for the study of the mechanics of deformable bodies and the mechanics of fluids. Okay, we will start with the rigid body. A rigid body is subjected to two states, whether concerned with the statics. In a static state that deals when it's at constant velocity or at rest, or it can be under acceleration or under force that causes to accelerates the velocity of the body. When it's under force that concerned with the acceleration, it means that the acceleration is not equal to zero. But when it's in a static state, it's at constant velocity or at rest, because its acceleration is equal to zero. Okay, this is historical developments. It talks about the first developers for our science in here, like Archimedes, who is the one who discovered the many laws in statics when he was in a bathroom or something like this. And Galileo Galilei, when he dropped down a body from Pisa Tower. And the godfather of our science is Newton. Okay, here we go with fundamental concepts, and we will start first at basic quantities. The basic quantities is length, mass, and time. In US units, the length in feet, the time is always in seconds, and the mass in pounds. Okay, and the force in here in SI units is gonna be Newton, and Newton equals to kilogram meter divided by second power 2 second square. Okay, here we go with our particles or our bodies. We will deal with a particle. A particle has a mass, but it's gonna be negligible mass. Its size can be neglected, and also its mass can be neglected. It has a very small mass. A rigid body concerned as a combination of large number of particles, in which particles remain in fixed distance from one another. Okay, and it's gonna be at the same state before the load and after applying a load on it. We have concentrated force. That force is concentrated to act at a point on the body. Concentrated force is that a force is acting on only one point on the body. Okay, we have these Newton's 3 laws of motion, and we were gonna depend on these laws for all our study from now. Okay, first law: a particle originally at rest or moving in a straight line with constant velocity tends to remain in this state provided the particle is not subjected to an balanced force. Okay, when many forces acts on a point, in one point, like a particle, it's under equilibrium, and when it's under equilibrium, it's all of these forces, their resultant is always, or summation of these forces is always 0. Second law: a particle acted upon by an balanced force experiences an acceleration that has the same direction as the force and the magnitude that's directly proportional to the force. Third law: the mutual forces of action and reaction between particles are equal, opposite, and collinear. Newton's law of gravitational attraction. This force of gravitation between two particles equals to G is equals to 66.73 multiplied by 10 power minus 12. That's universal constant. Okay, M2, M1 and M2, mass of each of the two particles, are distance between the two particles. Actually, the distance between the center of gravity or the center of the body of the two particles. Okay, units of measurements. We have two systems of units, in SI units and US units. In SI units, we will deal, like we talked before, the mass is in kilograms and length in meters, and time, this is not gonna be any difference, it's always in seconds. okay, but in US units, length in feet, and force in pounds, and like here, the unit of mass called Asrak, but it's gonna be something else like in SI units in kilograms. A slug equals 2 pound point square divided by feet, and there is our table from the transformation between SI units and US units. And this conversion of units like here.